Okay, we live, man.
We live. We
We
live.
live, man. Welcome back to No Excuses, man.
Welcome back, man. Welcome back.
Man, we ain't did episode since we had Bob on that about 2, 3 weeks ago, ain't it?
Yeah, I think that's the last time we did one.
Oh man, we got a lot to catch up on.
Yeah.
A lot to catch up on, man. But Cat, before we do all that, man, tell the good folks at home what to do, man.
Man, like, comment, share, subscribe, man. Hit post notifications so you know when we post. Share the videos, man. Leave a comment if you would like. And keep running us up, man.
Oh man, so matter of fact, the last episode we shot was right before the playoffs started.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna be honest. I gotta be honest about this. You know what I'm saying? With the audience, we gotta be honest with them. It's been holiday season. You had Christmas time. We had New Year's, and it happened to fell on Wednesdays. We normally shoot on Wednesdays, and I'm gonna be honest, man. We didn't enjoy it the past few Wednesdays. Well, not even Wednesdays, Tuesday nights, it's Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, man. We've been having a lot of fun, but you know what I'm saying, man. Work, everybody, you know what I'm saying, man. Time to get back to work, man. Time to get back to it. So we got to make up for a couple weeks worth of material, but we'll get it done. There ain't nothing me and Fat can't get done. But I want to say this here, man. So the playoff thus far, I don't want to predict the Final Four yet, the semifinals, though. Penn State, Notre Dame, Texas, Ohio State. I don't want to predict them yet. I just want to get your thoughts on what the playoff has been like thus far, in your opinion.
I think the first half of it was, whatever you want to make out of it. It was, lopsided in the first half, first bit of it. You know what I'm saying? The second part of it is starting to get a little better. It's picking up steam. You know what I'm saying? We had a couple good games. That Texas Arizona State game was good. Yeah, that one picked up. That one had some eyes on it because it went to overtime and all that shit. It was good.
Double
Um,
overtime.
Double overtime. Yeah.
Did it go to double overtime? Yeah.
I think so.
I think it was double
I
overtime.
think
It did go double overtime.
yeah. Boise State played close in the first half, and they kind of made it somewhat of a game in the first half, but they end up Penn State ended up pulling away in the end. You know what I'm saying? But they did make it a game for as long as they could, which I knew that was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, it got better it got a little bit better in the second half of it. The first half was an embarrassment. It was just teams wasn't even close. Like it was lopsided in the beginning. Like you knew what it was in the beginning of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. But overall, so far, like I say, man, it's been a decent playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Teams that I thought was going, you feel me, that I thought was gonna win. Obviously, the ones I picked on the sheet, that shit didn't go as what I thought it was gonna go. But Ohio State, man, they look good, man. They look like a team that they just operate at a different level than any of the other teams in the playoffs right now. They by far the most impressive because they ain't played in no tight game yet. They've been destroying people. So hopefully this game coming up, it'll be a good one between them and Texas. But so far it's been a decent playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I've seen better, but it's been decent. It's been a decent playoff, I say.
Okay. Well, to piggyback off of that, man, I'm gonna say this here. I think that what I've learned thus far from this first iteration of the 12-team playoff with the current format and the way that the seeding and everything works, I'll give you some takeaways I have. First, I think Oregon got absolutely fucked. I do.
Yeah.
I think they got
Yeah.
absolutely fucked with the way that this set
Yeah.
up for them. And I'm not taking them from them because I had Ohio State beating Oregon in a rematch in the Big Ten championship before the season started. It just happened to be a playoff game when it happened. So I thought Ohio State was a better team than Oregon anyway. So that really don't mean nothing to me, Ohio State beating them. I think Oregon got a really raw end of the deal when you consider the fact that they went into the tournament 13-0, the 1 seed, the only undefeated team in the whole thing, and they end up playing the best team available in the second round. I think that I'm gonna be honest, man. I feel like if this was done properly and done the right way, Oregon should have been playing Arizona State, and Ohio State should have been playing Texas in that second
Yeah,
round if it was done the way that I probably envisioned in my mind. But that's neither here nor there. Oregon should have been playing Boise State. Oregon should not have been playing Ohio State in that
nah,
in that
that didn't
second
make
round. They
sense.
shouldn't have been. But hey,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But that's the rule, man. That's the game, and that's how it go. But I thought Ohio State, man, was really impressive in that game. I thought Ohio State was really impressive against Tennessee in that game as well. But we'll talk more about Ohio State. We do our predictions. I want to keep going. I thought the Penn State Boise State game, for the bit of it that I did see, I saw. I want to say right. I saw all the whole first half, bits of the third before, you know what I'm saying, we left and went to the field for the New Year's Eve gathering or whatnot. I missed basically for about midway through the third throughout. I ain't seen none of that, man. I was too busy having a good time. I missed the rest of that. But what I did see from Penn State, they had Ashton Jennings balled it up, man. He couldn't do but so much. You know, one man ain't gonna beat a team like Penn State, man. They just got better athletes and better
yeah,
personnel than Boise State do.
yeah,
I look at the Texas Arizona State game. Texas started off pulling away from it. You look back up, here come the comeback kids in Arizona State, making an interesting ball game to the end. Damn near had a chance to win it. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So I do salute the Arizona State for the fight that they put up. They made that game entertaining. But I want to say, man, I think the shocker of round two, man, is it. I mean, I'm be honest, man. It's kind of hard not to say it ain't Notre Dame. It ain't Notre Dame getting Georgia up out of here, man. I want to talk about that one for a little bit because
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. Right? Be honest, man. Shout out to Two, man. Two, nigga I work with. You know what I'm saying, man. Look at them, cuz Two, the only Notre Dame fan I've ever met in my life. I did not know Notre Dame really had like fans around here.
yeah, me neither.
He's a Notre Dame fan, right? So I was telling him all day the other day at work that I didn't think they had a chance to beat Georgia, because I have to say this now because we didn't get to give our predictions before the game. But I didn't have Notre Dame beat Georgia. I like Georgia going into the game because I figured Kirby with his coaching, and you know what I'm saying, man, the culture that they have. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a big Carson Beck guy, so I thought the absence of Beck didn't really mean as much to me as it probably should have. But man, real talk, man, before I really you know what I'm saying, talk, I reckon negatively about Georgia, I gotta give Notre Dame, so I gotta put some respect on Notre Dame name, man. Because I thought Marcus Freeman outcoached Kirby. I think he coached circles around Kirby. I do. I was
Yeah,
honestly, man, very shocked to see that. The way that they were able to generate pressure in key moments, the way that Notre Dame made plays when plays needed to be made. I thought before halftime when Kirby wanted to be aggressive and try to go get points, I'm never mad with that. But at the same time, strip sack, bam, bam, Notre Dame quick strike pass for a touchdown, come out of halftime, run a kickoff back for a touchdown. Now instead of it being 6-3 at halftime, it's 20-3 at halftime, Notre Dame. And for all intents and purposes, the game was over at that point. To be, especially looking back at how it ended, that was kind of the ball game right there. So
yeah,
I thought Notre Dame seized momentum and control of that ball game not early, late second half, late first half, excuse me, early second half, and that was the ball game, man. What's your takeaway from the Notre Dame fighting Irish, beating Georgia in SEC country in the Sugar Bowl down in New Orleans?
man, that's probably Notre Dame biggest win of to date, bro. Because I don't know a lot of big Notre Dame wins. That's probably their biggest win in probably 50 years, bro. I ain't gonna need cap. So for Notre Dame, that's just impressive alone. Like that's impressive for them, man. Like especially for them, they program that they hype up every year and they always get to the playoffs to play a team like Georgia, Alabama, somebody and get knocked out, get their hit, get the brakes beat off of them in the first round and shit. So they actually, showed up and they did what they were supposed to do. They played, man. But my with Notre Dame, I knew that the game was damn near over whenever I'm gonna tell you what was the knockout punch for me. Whenever they came out in the first half, I mean the first half, in the second half, and that dude ran that kickoff back. That's when I knew. I said, "Yeah, this is gonna be yeah." When they went up 20-3, I said, "Yeah, this the way this trend in Notre Dame finna pull this off, man." You know what I'm saying? But nobody thought that. I didn't think that. You know what I'm saying? I figured Georgia was still gonna win. I figured that it was gonna be, a close game, and they was gonna end up. I thought, they was gonna end up winning at the end. I'm like you. I was the same way. Well, yeah, I did say they was gonna kind of miss Carson Beck. I ain't gonna say, that. Um, I ain't gonna say I didn't think at all that they was gonna not miss Carson Beck. So yeah, I said they was gonna miss Carson Beck a little bit. But when I look at it, man, I gotta push back on some of the stuff I said about Beck, man. Georgia receivers weren't that good this year, man. They really was. They ain't really have no outside weapons this year that scared anybody in the country for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? And then I wasn't really crazy about Mike Bobo either. I ain't really been crazy about him since they really got him for real. Like he just ain't it to me. The style that he try to run, I think that shit played out now. You know what I'm saying? Like I think Kirby got to go out in the off season, man. I see he getting receivers in the portal and shit, but he need to go get a signal caller for the offense, man. He really do, because I feel like that's holding Georgia back. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like Georgia, they gonna always have a defense. Their defense is gonna be good enough to keep them in every game. I just think that offense was it held them back this year. It wasn't a great offense at all. At times, Georgia was real stagnant with the football. I said that in the earlier parts of the season that was going to be a problem for Georgia. You know what I'm saying? But people had their own opinions about it, but that's how I felt, because I was like, Georgia, they defense, they look like they always have a good defense. I said, man, something about this offense this year about them is off, because they ain't got no weapon that you can they can just go to like that. They ain't have a go-to weapon on offense like that. You know what I'm saying? And them getting ETN in the offseason or whatever, I don't think I think people thought it was gonna be a bigger impact than what it really was. I feel like the other running back was better to me. I feel like Frazier was better than ETN. That's just my opinion. I just think they went off the name or whatever, because Travis Etienne little brother, and they took that and made that bigger than what it really was. And then ETN was kind of in and out all season or whatever. But yeah, man, Georgia, they went out there and Notre Dame, they was just ready, man. They like you say, Marcus Freeman, he coached circles around Kirby. They kept generating pressure again to that young quarterback. He's never been in that situation before. You know what I'm saying? I just knew Gunnar Stockton. You feel me? I'm in the future, I think he's going to be a decent quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I just think in this particular game, I think you just need a bet for the him being a veteran and him playing in big games. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that Carson Beck was just this game changer, because he wasn't that great all season either. But I just think you needed him in that game. You feel me? Just because he's played in a lot of big games. You know what I'm saying? And then they had some time to study Gunnar Stockton. Him coming into the SC championship, they didn't study for that. They just, they threw him in, and he did enough to win the game. He just, you feel me, managed the game or whatever, but he didn't really wow you in that game. It was just the fact of he, kept it afloat. He didn't lose it for you. You know what I'm saying? He didn't make no mistakes. So I feel like that Carson Beck getting hurt, I feel like that kind of, messed him up in this game against Notre Dame. Like I say, just the experience factor, you know what I'm saying, of being there. But I still like you say, you would think with with Kirby, his culture, how he got Georgia, you would think, you would still pick them. You feel like they still will be the safer pick, which that's why, I went with them, because I still feel like Georgia was a safer pick. But hey, this college football this year, it's been crazy this year. The SEC, ain't really done, they ain't really been that great this year. You know what I'm saying? Them teams, and then it ain't got to be the SEC going down. You just got to give props to some of them teams. Them teams probably getting better, bro. It happens. They ain't gonna be terrible forever. Eventually, they gonna start getting good. And then I think with all this NIL and all this stuff, it's leveling out the playing field and shit. So these players that Georgia and the Bamas and all us used to stack up, them they spread out now. It ain't all stacked up no more. Like what I'm saying, is leveling the playing field out. And not even just that, I just think these teams just getting better, man. Like they ain't gonna be sorry forever. Notre Dame ain't gonna keep getting their ass kicked by 40 every time they go to a playoff. Eventually they gonna win a playoff game. You know what I'm saying? Like eventually. Like goddamn, like shit, they didn't win to the how many times Notre Dame had been to the playoffs and got their ass whooped in the first round? Like we've been saying this for how many years?
Notre
Shit.
Dame, Notre Dame have been to the playoff at least 3 times, I think.
At least three times.
At least three. They lost to Bama in the first round of the 2020 playoffs. I want to say they lost to Clemson in the first round of the 2018 playoffs.
Yeah.
These playoffs, this three. And then you got that 2012 national championship. That won the playoff, but they got to the Natty and Alabama blowed them out. So I'm gonna
Basically
say
what
this
I'm
here,
saying.
man, right?
Basically what I'm saying is in them games that you just said, none of them games was close. That was
Facts.
lopsided. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? That's what I'm saying. Like eventually they gonna put up a fight and actually play a good game and fucking at least win one of them. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that's why whenever you say something like Georgia was the safer pick, I mean it's kind of difficult to argue with that because at the same time we live in a world where, man, if anything's equal, we look back at the recent history.
Yeah.
Notre Dame doesn't have history of winning those kind of games. And then you
Nah.
especially look at today, Georgia has history winning big games like that. So that was my
Yeah.
whole point in picking Georgia.
Yeah.
Because
That's what
I'll
I'm
be
saying. Yeah.
completely honest. I said it before Georgia played Alabama. I said it at some point after that. And I know I've said it multiple times off camera. I just thought Georgia wasn't that good.
Yeah. It
They
was
just weren't that good to me this year. I thought
nah.
offensively, you could tell they extremely missed Brock Bowers and Lat McConkey. That's obvious. I think what's even more obvious is they missed Todd Monken as the OC instead of Mike Bobo. I agree with you on that. So I see them going out and getting weapons in the transfer portal. That's good. And I go get another weapon, another offensive coordinator. Mike Bobo's offense to me, it feels outdated. It looks very Pittsburgh Steelers-ish to me. I'm cool on the Mike Bobo Carson Beck offense. Carson Beck is declared for the
Yeah.
draft. I'm gonna be honest. I think Gunnar Stockton has potential. I see the talent. He can wiggle. I like what he can do. But at the same time, if you're gonna have Mike Bobo calling the plays, I'm not sold on Georgia offensively right now. So I have to see a big change within Georgia's offense. I want to see a new coordinator. That's just me personally. But we'll see how that plays out when next year rolls around. Because while we still on the subject of Notre Dame, we can now transition into our predictions with the semifinals. So
Yeah.
first game, 6:30, 6:30 Central Time, 7:30 Eastern Time, Thursday night. Notre Dame fighting Irish. Penn State knitting the Lions, man. You got two black coaches. This finna be the first time in history. Whoever win, a black coach finna coach and have a chance to win a national championship. So I think
Yeah.
that's a dope part of history, man, just to sit back and see how this is gonna play out. But as far as the ball game, man, Notre Dame versus Penn State. Give me your thoughts, man. Tell me who you got, who you like in this game.
Both teams got good defenses. You know what I'm saying? Both physical brand of football type of teams. Um, I like both coaches. Freeman, I like, Penn State coach. What's his name again?
James Franklin.
James Franklin. Yeah, I like him. You know what I'm saying?
Freeman and Franklin.
Um, Freeman and Franklin. Hell yeah. I like both of them. You know what I'm saying? But if I got to pick, man, I think I'm gonna lean Penn State because I think Penn State quarterback is a little bit better than Riley. I mean, yeah, what's his name? Riley Free.
Riley Leonard.
Riley Leonard. And ain't he from Bama?
He is from Fairhope. Yes, he is. Fairhope, Alabama.
Yeah,
Stand
yeah,
up, man.
yeah.
251 in the
Shout out,
building.
shout out. But I think I like Penn State quarterback just a little bit more than I like Riley Leonard. So I probably take Penn State just simply because of that reason. Because I think both of them play the same type of style of football. But I think, like I say, they got a little bit better advantage at quarterback than Notre Dame do. So I take Penn State in that one. I think it's gonna be a tight ball game. I think it's gonna be a slugfest. It's gonna be not very high scoring. If you a bet man, if you a bet man out there, I probably would take the under in that game. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't like I said, I don't think it's gonna be a lot of points scored in there. You ain't gonna see a lot of, flashy plays or nothing like that. It's gonna be, you know, hard nosed football, defense, you know what I'm saying, running the ball, you know, boring football, basically. So I'm gonna ride with Penn State because I think they got a little bit of an advantage at quarterback than Notre Dame.
You got to score.
Um, I'll go 24-17, Penn State.
Okay. So, okay. So I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this matchup, man, between James Franklin and Marcus Freeman. I think this is a very interesting dynamic coaching back and forth because we have to be honest, man. Now, some of our Notre Dame don't believe in get their ass blowed out in these type of games. A lot of that comes from Brian Kelly, to be honest. That's not Marcus
Yeah,
Freeman Notre Dame. That's Brian Kelly Notre Dame.
yeah,
Like, we have to keep that in mind whenever we having this conversation. But nonetheless, you have Notre Dame, the football program, the school, the team, the Fighting Irish, the mascot that has typically shrank in big games. Let's just call it what it is. So you got that going up against James Franklin and Penn State, the coach and team that, quite frankly, you know what I'm saying? Quite frankly, for, you know what I'm saying, not trying to have a way with words, but they typically haven't fared very well in big games either, to be honest.
yeah,
So
yeah. That's why I
you
said
kind
it
of got
similar. Yeah,
that. That's kind of going against each other. So now it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
yeah,
But man, when I look at this matchup, I don't know the current health status for Penn State's star edge rusher Abdul Carter, number 11, projected first round draft pick. He looked like Michael Parsons out there, man. The dude, he's legitimately probably the best defensive end coming out of the draft in Abdul Carter. So I think if he's limited or can't go, I think that has an impact on the game. But I am with you. I would take Drew Aller over Riley Leonard. I can agree with you on that. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. I do like Notre Dame's physicality running the football. I like Jeremiah Love, the running back. I like a lot of things that I've seen from Notre Dame, the bit that I have watched them, because I watched them against Indiana. I watched them obviously against Georgia last week. I think they're a very well coached team. They play physical up front. And what I will tell you is this: that defense is for real.
yeah.
That's a good. The defense is good. That's a good defense by the Notre Dame guy.
That's good.
So I
Yeah,
give all that to Notre Dame. In the same breath, I'm looking at Penn State. Like I just told you, I think Drew Allen's gonna be a first round draft pick whenever he comes out. He's already said he's coming back to college for another year, so I reckon he'll be in next year's draft. So the Penn State got that going on for they got that going for themselves. I like the running back Nick Singleton. I also like the other running back, number 13. I just cannot call out his damn name right now, but he's also a good back. They got the best tight end in the country, and Tyler Warren, who is a freak of nature. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I think this is what this ball game has won for me. The strength of both teams. Penn State's offense versus Notre Dame's defense. That's
Yeah.
the battle. That's the battle of the
Yeah.
units. I think
Yeah.
everybody would agree that that would be the battle of the units. So for me, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it, man. And I'm not gonna lie, everything in me is telling me to take Penn State because I think Penn State right now might probably have a few more NFL guys. I think Abdul Carter is a game wrecker. I think Tyler Warren, the tight end, is a game breaker. I think I watched Drew Allen throw some dimes in this postseason, man. I know what Nick Singleton is at the running back position because I've been a fan of his since last year. So I think Penn State has a few more NFL guys, but I got to be honest, man. I'm going with Notre Dame to win this football game. I'm going with Notre Dame to win this football game because really for me, it's kind of starting to feel like to me, Notre Dame might just be meant to get there. We've been clowning and Notre Dame been the ass of the jokes in college football for years. They have.
Yeah.
They have been for years, man. So, man, real talk, I'm going to give Notre Dame the nod. I think Marcus Freeman gets it done. I probably like Marcus Freeman a little bit better as a coach right now than I do James Franklin. Not due to more experience because Franklin got more experience. And to be honest, Franklin is probably regarded to as the better coach. I just kind of like maybe it's still stuck in my mind what I just saw Freeman do to Kirby and company. So for that and that alone, man, I'm gonna take the Notre Dame Fighting Irish to win this football game. And I'm gonna be honest, I actually don't want that to happen because I got Penn State on the sheet, and I actually need Penn State. If they don't win to at least cover this 1.5 points, I need them to lose by one if they're gonna fucking lose to give me a shot to get back in the damn money. So I might be trying to pull some reverse jinx type shit. I don't know really what the hell I'm doing, but I do like Notre Dame to win the ball game, man. Give me Notre Dame Fighting Irish over Penn State in a close one. I'm gonna go Notre Dame 28-27. I think Penn State covered the 1.5 for me. That's janky. I know how that sounds. I get it. That might take away all credibility from my pick, but goddamn it, I'm in the money, and I ain't finna just write myself out of it. Goddamn it, I'm trying to stay in it. I think Penn State covered the 1.5. I think they lose by 1 point. 28-27 Notre Dame, man. Now, moving on.
Yeah.
Hey, man, get in the comments, man. Let us know who y'all like out of Penn State and Notre Dame. Moving on, man, to the Friday game starts same time as Thursday night, 6:30 Central Time, 7:30 Eastern. The Ohio State Buckeyes in the Cotton Bowl to take on the Texas Longhorns. Oh yeah, by the way, the Notre Dame Penn State game is the Orange Bowl. It'll be played down in Miami. The Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas. Ohio State Buckeyes, Texas Longhorns, two big brands that we kind of waiting to see who go out of these two, who can win a natty first. Either way it go, whoever win the natty this year, it's gonna be their first time ever winning one, man. Ryan Day has had a reputation for not winning big games as well. So does Sark. So man, who do you like? Which coach do you trust more? Who win the Cotton Bowl, Ohio State Buckeyes, Texas Longhorns Friday night, man? Who going to the Natty?
Man, when
In
I'm
your
looking at
prediction,
Ohio,
who's going to the Natty to take on Penn State?
yeah. When I'm looking at Ohio State, man, when I see their roster and the players that they got, man, it's second to none. You know what I'm saying? They got a baby assassin in Jeremiah Smith. Um, if a person was to say he the best receiver in the country, I really can't argue that for real. Dude got 14, 15 touchdowns this season as a freshman. So I really can't take, argue with you at this point right now. With, I got a youngin that's, but that's for another show or whatever. But with that defense, Ohio State got, man, is suffocating. They got a lot of guys that's gonna play on Sundays. They got one of our guys, you know what I'm saying, shout out Downs. They got our guy, and he's showing why he, is what he is, why he's so highly, regarded as being the best safety in the country and just being one of the best players in the country overall. So that's being shown, you know. I think that defensive line is elite. I just think Ohio State defense is elite, period. You know what I'm saying? I think early in the season they was trying to find their rhythm with each other. They was building chemistry together and finding their identity and shit and all that early in the season. I think now they finally starting to click. They finally starting to, it's coming together and it's clicking at the right time. But Texas, looking at Texas, you can't never. Sark always got some shit, some creative shit going on. You know what I'm saying, with his offense. So he gonna make it difficult on you to stop him because we had him at Bama. We know how he get down with that play calling. He, one of the best in the business at calling offense. A lot of people down Sark, so he got it. I feel like he got a chip on his shoulder from that because a lot of people don't think it's really gonna be a ball game. Don't think they're gonna win, anyway. But they don't think it's even gonna be a close ball game. A lot of people, think that because, and then you feel me? They got a point because Ohio State, shit, the first two games they done played, it ain't been no game. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to go against a person saying that or a person thinking that. You know what I'm saying? Ohio State
hold
look
on.
good.
In fact, not to cut you off because I want you to keep going because I'm agreeing with you with Ohio State. Ran through Tennessee, ran through Oregon. Also, keep in mind, Texas hung on for dear life to beat Arizona State. And remember that
Yeah,
Clemson game? Clemson hung around with Texas for a while in that game.
yeah,
That's a
yeah,
fact. I'm with
yeah,
you on
yeah,
that. Keep going. I'm
yeah,
with you on that.
yeah. So people saying Ohio State gonna dominate Texas. I mean, going on what you just said, it's hard not to see that it's hard not to see that not happening because what's been shown. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, Ohio State, they the hottest team in the playoffs right now, man. I don't think there's many teams out there right now that want to see them right now. And Will Howard, you know what I'm saying? I was down on him early in the season because I thought he was gonna be, their Achilles heel. I thought he was gonna be the reason why they wouldn't get to where they was gonna go because I thought eventually they couldn't hide him forever. He was gonna have to make plays. You know what I'm saying? I knew they was gonna have a great defense and he'd be able to manage the game, but he actually dropping dimes now. He making plays. You know what I'm saying? So if Ohio State show me what they been showing me these past two games, I mean, I think it's gonna be a blowout too, man. You know what I'm saying? But in my opinion, just from I think Texas gonna play with a little bit of pride. I don't think they just gonna. And then I think it's in Texas, right?
It's in Dallas in the Cotton Bowl, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think it being there, I think that'll make Texas play a little bit better. I still like Ohio State to win the game, though. You know what I'm saying? I just think Ohio State is just a better football team, in just my opinion. I think Texas is a good team. I don't think they're a championship team, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
I
I
got
think they're a
yeah.
good team. Yeah. I like Ohio State, man. I think Jeremiah Smith is going to be too much, man. I don't think they got a player. I don't think it's a DB in the country that can stick Jeremiah Smith. That's just my honest opinion. And don't sleep on Ibuka. That his name, Emeka Ibuka.
Ibuka, yeah.
Yeah, you can't sleep on him. So don't try to double team Jeremiah Smith because they got other receivers they can get off too. They got Travion Henderson and they got Jenkins coming out the backfield. That's a hell of a 1-2 punch with that. So yeah, man, I like Ohio State to win this one, man. I say I'm gonna go Ohio State 41-24. I say
41-24 Buckeyes.
41-24. 42-24 Buckeyes, yeah.
42-24 Buckeyes. You got about 3 touchdowns. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say this, man. If the
Matter of fact,
Ohio
Q,
State,
hold up, Q. Matter of fact, I take that. I say 42-31.
okay,
Yeah,
if the Ohio State that showed up against Tennessee and against Oregon shows up in this game, this could get out of hand early.
yeah,
It could get
yeah,
out of hand early. And I say that because remember, I am somebody that is, I try to remain consistent. Before this season started, I picked Ohio State to win the national championship. Guess what I picked them
yeah,
to win it over? Texas.
yeah,
I literally picked them to win it over Texas.
yeah,
You can go back and watch the preseason predictions episode. I really picked Ohio State to win it over Texas in the Natty. So after we getting that matchup in the semis, whatever. Look, I was this close. I was this goddamn close
yeah,
to getting my goddamn prediction all the way right. But nonetheless, man, I could foresee this matchup coming. So now that I'm looking at it and it's finally here, I'm with you, man, on Jeremiah Smith, man, the dude of freaking nature, he a man child. Emeka Ibuka, man, Ohio State has the best receiver room in the country right now. I don't think anybody would debate that. Or they most certainly got the best one
yeah,
left in these playoffs. I think
yeah,
Texas receiver room underrated. It's underrated. Matthew Gold and Isaiah Bond, they can play. It's underrated. But
yeah,
Ohio State's on
yeah,
a different level right now. I'm with you with the fact that for a while, Will Howard, go back and check Will Howard regular season numbers. They weren't bad numbers at all, but he wasn't performing like this, like he is right now at the Kirtland these playoffs, man. He dropping
yeah,
dimes. He looks in total command of the offense. Travion Henderson, man, keep breaking long runs, and Quinshawn Judkins hammering you on the inside. Pause. So it's extremely difficult to contain Ohio State offensively. I do think Texas is going to be the best defense they've seen in these
yeah,
playoffs. I think Texas has a better defense than Tennessee and Oregon, in my opinion. I think
yeah,
Texas' secondary can play with Ohio State's receivers for a while. They got the
yeah,
Bolitnikov winner and Barron back there in the back end. So Texas defense is good. Where I struggle with and have a problem with Texas is offensively. I think Quinn Ewers is a decent quarterback. He can be good. But you know for a fact, Quinn Ewers is going to turn the ball over at least once. He kind of got that
yeah,
Milrow syndrome. He going to turn it over at least once. It's just a matter of, can it only be once? If he turned it over 2 or 3 times against this team, man, they could get beat by 30.
yeah,
Because I think it's
yeah,
going to be hard enough to score points and move the ball up and down the field against that defense anyway. What you don't want to do is give the ball to them with that offense clicking and rolling like it is right now. So, but I will say
yeah,
this here, man. I agree with you. I think this game being in Dallas gives Texas some kind of momentum swing type thing for me. I don't know why. I think it do. I think Texas physicality gonna be able to match up front with Ohio State. I think Texas keeps this game more interesting than people think. But I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't foresee Texas winning the game. I can't pick Texas to win it because I like
nah,
Ohio State's offense and they skill guys too much, man. Smith, Ibuka, Carnell Tate, Quinshawn Judkins, Travion Henderson, Will Howard operating under center, man, playing the level he's playing at right now. Give me
yeah,
Ohio State and Ryan Day for Ryan Day to get back to a national championship. They got there in 2020. I think Ryan Day gets back to the national championship, and you got Ohio State Buckeyes versus former Ohio State Buckeye player Marcus Freeman, now head coach of Notre Dame for the national championship, man. Two big brands. Buckeyes versus the Fighting Irish for the national championship. Give me Ohio State
okay,
over Texas. Ohio State beats Texas 31-27. Buckeye. I think Texas keep this game interesting. I think they keep this game interesting. I do. But give me Ohio
yeah,
State. I think Texas cover the 5.5.
yeah. Yeah, I had a 42-31 Ohio State.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, so y'all get in the comments, man. Let us know who y'all got playing in the national championship, man. I got it as Ohio State, Notre Dame. Cat, you got it as Ohio State, Penn State. You got all Big Ten national championship. Some of the SEC heads really, really don't. My SEC agenda is not doing so good right about now. Whatever. Anyway, moving on. So now we got the NFL playoffs, man. We're going to run through this divisional round. You know what I'm saying? So hold on, man. Let me pull up the schedule, the order of the games. The order of the games for the NFL playoffs. Fat, give me just a second. Give me just a second. We got the NFL playoffs starting. They start Saturday, man. Wild card round Saturday. LA Chargers at Houston, Texas, man. Who you got? When you ain't got to get no deep dive analysis, man. Just what you think about Texas versus Chargers.
Stroud, is he back? He's healthy, right?
Yeah. Stroud playing and Herbert playing.
Okay. I'm gonna take the Texans in it. I got the Texans to win.
You like Houston?
Yeah.
Houston been kind of off to me all year, man. And I know we might not talk about the NFL a lot on this goddamn podcast like we did at once upon a time, but we actually finna crank back up now that the playoffs here. But I actually do watch, enough of the NFL to know what the hell going on. Houston ain't been right to me all year, man. I think it's something going on with the offensive line. I'm trusting Harbaugh in this game. I mean, as much as I don't want to go against Roll Tide, D'Amico Ryans, man, I really don't. But, man, give me the Chargers to go on the road and win a playoff game in Houston. I like LA.
Okay.
Saturday night, divisional rival matchup for the third time this year. This time playoff game. Baltimore Ravens, Pittsburgh Steelers, man. Lamar playoffs versus Rush. Who you got, man? Steelers or Ravens? Ravens laying 10 points. Ravens favored by 10.
I'm gonna go with Ravens. I feel like they favored by 10 for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Baltimore. There is a lot of points in the field though, but I'm gonna go with Baltimore.
I'm gonna take Baltimore as well. And I'm be honest, man, big man me, I'm probably gonna do it. I'm gonna lay the 10 points. Pittsburgh offensively, they came out the gate. Remember, they started off with Justin Fields, they was winning. Then they went to rush and they went to roll and started scoring more points offensively. Got to the meat part of the schedule. The schedule got a little bit tougher. Offensively, they sputtered. They done lost 4 in a row. I think they make it 5. And I'm gonna be honest, and we might have this conversation next week after the game, especially if it goes the way I think it's gonna go. But I think it might be time for uncomfortable conversations in Pittsburgh about them and Mike Tomlin and what they're doing in the future. I like Baltimore. I like Baltimore to roll. Moving on to Sunday, man. Sunday, 12 o'clock. You got the Denver Broncos on the road at Buffalo. I like Buffalo to roll Denver. Bo Nix, good rookie year. Not knocking him, but on the road in this cold rookie quarterback, Josh Allen. Give me Buffalo, man.
I'm with you on that. I second that. I think it's too big now for Bo Nix going to Buffalo. Yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with cold weather because it's cold in Denver too. So It ain't nothing about cold. That ain't a fact. That don't play a fact. Then I just think the stage too big for Bo Nix in this stage of his career, and I'm gonna take Josh Allen, man. I just and I think Buffalo, like I say, they the safer pick.
All right. I reckon you could say a lot of people either consider this one. Well, no. Well, either one of these next 3 could be the game of the week, the game of the weekend, the best playoff game we got thus far in this wild card round, man. But it's your Green Bay Packers on the road at the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, talk to me. Go Pack,
man.
Go talk to me.
Much as I love my Packers, man, You know how I am with them, man. I'm a cheesehead till I die, man. I love Green Bay, nigga. Like Vince Lombardi, goddamn Brett Favre, Lambeau Leap, nigga, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm with it. You feel me? But I just think right now, I think we a little bit, we behind Philly. You know what I'm saying? We trending. We trending. I still think the age factor us being young, man. I think that's gonna play a factor in this one. And I just think Philly the better team. I ain't really liked our defense all season. Our defense kind of suspect to me. And the fact that Jay Alexander ain't gonna be there, that's another, another red flag to me. And then Christian Watson is done for the season. He tore his ACL. I just
I
found that
saw
out
that.
yesterday.
I saw that.
Um, I don't know the status of Love. I don't know if we're gonna have him 100% ready. You know what I'm saying? Because they do play this weekend. I don't know the severity of his injury, so I'm about to go with Philly. You know what I'm saying? I just think Philly right now in this stage. I think they the better team right now at this point of the year. I think they the better team. So I'm just gonna go with Philly, man.
Now,
I'm gonna
I
go Philly.
want you to keep in mind in week 16 when Philadelphia played Washington Commanders. Remember when Jay Daniels threw 5 touchdowns and went off in that goddamn game, right? Jalen Hurts suffered a concussion in that game 2 weeks ago in week 16. He still ain't cleared concussion protocol yet.
Oh damn.
It's not even 100% that Jalen Hurts is playing in this game. I'm I'm gonna act as if he's gonna play. I'm just not sure yet. But
How
that
effective
remains
is
to
he
be
gonna
seen.
be?
We'll find that out later in the week, obviously. But man, looking at this game at Green Bay, Philadelphia, is two good running backs. It's Saquon versus Josh Jacobs, which is that's must see TV as a football fan. On which I trust Philadelphia's defense more. Then I trust Philadelphia because with y'all being so young, Philadelphia has more players that's played in these types of games, been there, done that type of players, a la AJ Brown,
Yeah,
a la Devontae Smith, assuming Jalen Hurts played Jalen Hurts. Although I think you can have a real conversation about who's the better quarterback between Love and Hurts. I think that could be
yeah,
a
yeah,
conversation. I'm not mad at if whoever would pick Hurts would say he went to a Super Bowl already before. I'm not mad with them the quarterback wins types of guys. I got a problem with that, especially when Hurts is healthy and running. I think that could be a debate between Hurts and Jordan Love. But me personally, if I have to make a pick in this game, which I do because that's what we're doing, give me Philly in a close one. I think Green Bay keep it close. If I'm not mistaken, before this year started,
yeah,
I had Green Bay going to the Super Bowl. I did. I think I had it Chiefs Packers, didn't I?
yeah,
No.
yeah.
Did I have a Chiefs? No, I think I had a Chiefs. It's either Chiefs Packers or Chiefs Eagles. I can't remember which one I had. I can't. I gotta start writing this shit down. But
You might have
nonetheless,
had us get to the you might have had us get to the NFC Championship.
losing the Philly, right? I had
Yeah,
not
that's
even won
right.
the
You had us get
championship,
to the
losing the
NFC
Philly.
Championship. You didn't have us get.
Because I had
Yeah,
Philly in the Super
you
Bowl. Philly
said
versus
Philly
Chiefs, right?
you said Philly and Chiefs. Philly and Chiefs.
Okay, I thought so. That's what I thought. So, and obviously, for Philly to get to the
Yeah,
Super
yeah. You
Bowl,
said
that
Philly and the
means
Chiefs.
they got to beat Green Bay. I just had Philly and Green Bay playing in the NFC Championship instead of Wild Card Weekend. But give me Philly, and I think Green Bay keep this game close, man. I think they keep it close. But give me Philly in a close one. Now, Sunday night, Jay Daniels, Baker Mayfield, Washington Commanders, Tampa Bay Bucks, Washington on the road at Tampa Bay. Who you got?
Man, I like
I think
Daniels,
that ain't
man.
close.
I like I like Daniels, bro. I like that
Why?
young nigga. I ain't gonna count.
Hell
And
yeah, that nigga bad.
and Q, you got it. Hey Q, and think, bro. At first, we was down on Daniels.
Facts.
We didn't think Daniels was that good, man. Hey, we had to eat crow with that one.
Now
We
that
had to
nigga,
eat crow with that one.
man, fact, I bullshit you
That
not.
nigga bad, man.
After Alabama played LSU last year, whenever he got hurt during the game, it might have been that game or I watched another one of LSU games last year. His Heisman. Can't remember which game it was. But I tweeted and I said, Jay Daniels made a believer out of me. He done showed me.
Yeah,
That nigga
he
nice,
showed.
man. That nigga nice.
He ready.
That nigga
He
nice,
ready.
man.
He the next. He the next big thing. He the next big thing. But
Facts.
it's good. But yeah, he definitely the next big thing, man. He proved me wrong. You know what I'm saying? So him doing all that, man. He didn't won me over, man. I like Daniels, man. I like
Man,
Washington.
Washington.
I like Washington. I really do. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, right? I am a New Orleans Saints fan. The Tampa Bay Bucks are a division rival of mine. You can call it petty, you can call it whatever you want to call it. I will not pick the Buccaneers to win no goddamn playoff game. Give me Jay Daniels and the Washington Commanders to go to Tampa Bay and send that shit home because, truth be told, the Saints should have beat them Sunday. Give me Washington and Jay Daniels. Rookie going on the road, get his first playoff win, man. All right, closing this out. Last one, man. It's the last one. Monday night. Minnesota Vikings at LA Rams. Vikings finished the season 14-3, but are the 5 seed because of that division they in with y'all. And the Lions went 15-2 and got the 1 seed. The Vikings are a 14-win team. They got to go on the road in the first round, man. That don't happen very often.
Yeah.
So who you like, man? Vikings.
I like the Rams, man. I like the Rams. I like the Rams.
Cheer.
I like Matt Stafford. I like Matt Stafford. Big game Stafford.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I feel like a lot of people watched the Vikings play the Lions this past Sunday night. It was a standalone Sunday night game. And a lot of people kind of got a bad taste in their mouth about Minnesota. I understand it. But, man, Minnesota has been really good all year. But the Rams rested their starters last week getting ready for the playoffs. I don't think they gave a fuck who they was going to be playing this week. I'm with you, man. It's in the playoffs, man. Give me Stafford over Sam Darnold. Give me Sean McVay over Kevin O'Connell, although I do like Kevin O'Connell. I think he's a damn good coach. God damn it, the Vikings that sent me home in the playoffs too many times. Minnesota, Minneapolis, miracle my ass. Give me the LA Rams, man. Rams upset the Vikings at home, man. Give me the Rams and a close one. Upset. That's upset of the weekend right there. LA over Minnesota.
Yeah, I like the Rams.
Oh, man. Well, we appreciate y'all for watching this, man. That sums up all our playoff predictions thus far. We will, and trust me, I know we will be talking about the way that Bama season ended and how everybody gonna remember Mil Rowland was the boy great for his first season. All that's coming in due time. Trust me, we is gonna get to all that, and we might end up filming that shit either tomorrow. Might wait till next week. I'm not really sure yet. But nonetheless, man, so Alabama content is coming. I want to talk about some of the pieces they done got in the portal. Retaining so many players that they've retained that's coming back instead of going into the draft. You know what I'm saying? Our early outlook at next year, if you must, man. Talk about the quarterback competition and all that stuff like that right there. Bama football content is coming. Trust me. So sit back and wait on that, man. But we appreciate y'all watching the videos, man. Remember, like, comment, share, subscribe, man. This is No Excuses, and we out.
We out, man.